Wrestling has more than one royal family.
The Acclaimed, top of the chain, so I bet you know the name. Getting all the fans entertained. The Acclaimed, running in the game, and we in our own lane. Everybody saying that they wanna be acclaimed.
The king of rock one, the king of rock who? The king of rock one, the king of rock who? The king of rock one, the king of rock who? The king of rock one, the king of rock who? The king of rock one, the king of rock who? The king of rock one, the king of rock who? The king of rock one, the king of rock who? The king of rock one.
If you believe yours is the only way, then you're the fool who lives to die. Will you just hold on? Hell, you're gonna pay on the other side. Once you reach the other side.
Oh, that's still there. Up, up, and there we go.
There it is.
There we go. The revelation, the face reveal.
The revelation. What's
What is-
that? That's Dawson Ford's finisher, right? The revelation.
I think so. That's what they call
Nigga
it.
shit.
Yeah, of
That's-
course,
That's that hood shit.
as always. And
Cody
speaking of-
Raheem Rhodes.
I got some hood shit going on out here too. Someone blasting Lil Boozy. So
Oh, that's just Florida.
yeah, you know.
You got the Cody Raheem Rhodes. Is that from that video you shared,
Yeah.
bro? That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible.
adrenaline, melanin in the soul. Cody
Oh
Raheem.
my god.
To this day. Because Cody's that guy. So what up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in. It is a Wednesday night after 8 p.m. So you know what that means. That means
We're
that
not one of the 800,000. Go ahead.
we're not one of the 800,000 or the 30 people in attendance for AEW shows. But we are here live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining into the 3D Wrestling Podcast. My name is Dre, the one and only. And to the right of me,
I think that's the only way it is this time. Yes, I am Daniel, the one and only DL Right. Yeah. And we are 2/3 of the D. All right. With 2/3. I just heard that zipper so intensely. I can't
Sorry.
wait for you to like play this back so you
I'm
can
so
hear the noise that your zipper just made.
I'm sorry. I'm literally, as soon as you said that, I'm looking right at the microphone like,
It's like you were sitting next to me.
oh, my bad. Very intense.
Oh no, it's okay. Shout out to the third D of the group, Duran, aka DJ King Apollo. Hope you're having a great evening. But me and Dre just wanted to come on here and give the people a little Raw recap, maybe a little NXT recap, and then I have a question posed that I want to get into with you, Dre, because it's something that I think about quite often. But we'll get to that after our little Raw recap. So, Dre,
Okay.
would you love to do the honors? Because I know this hits you real hard to start off with the Raw recap and how we started the show.
All right. So, how we starting that show? He said, I thought the cat got shot. That's oh, man. And yeah, that backdrop is amazing. The Wyatt family back there. But yeah, we started the show.
Thank you, appreciate it. And Derek, what's up? And I love you.
Hey, Derek.
And Adriana also says, "Hey, Derek."
We started the show Monday night with, we saw little reports early on that Monday, and we was like, maybe it could be a work because of the whole live situation, blah blah blah. And then once we saw Ray kick off the show and started seeing what's going on, it was like, oh yeah, this is real. So, and we're going to clarify this for the people. We love you too, Derek. Because you look at the comments and people like, oh, Rhea was injured before WrestleMania. Rhea, da 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 da. Okay, when Rhea was wearing the thing on her left wrist, that was her left wrist. That was, before WrestleMania, it was just nagging injuries and shit like that. This injury is to her right shoulder. and the
For
right.
those who don't know, those are not the same body parts. Just to
No,
clear that up.
I know some Jamaicans don't know direction for some reason. Jamaican friends taught me that, but they don't really know left and right, most of them. But yeah, the right shoulder, and that literally got injured literally during the attack. If you go back and watch it with the whole Philadelphia thing, I should have played the video recap here. Basically, the shoulder hit that wall, that Philadelphia 76er wall, hard as hell. I don't know if it was Liv's fault, Rhea going through it kind of hard. Either way, it looks like it was dislocated immediately after that.
Mm-hmm.
As you just see her kind of, that arm just kind of go limp. We've seen that many times with Randy Orton. And
Hey,
yeah, and it just
wake up.
is not looking good at all. So, and Liv was pounding the shit out of it afterwards too.
Yes,
So,
she was.
based on reports, basically, that arm, it needs a month at least for mobility, and then after that is going to take. Yeah, we do need the link. It's going to take like what, 4 to 6 weeks after that, or whatever the case may be. But for right now, it's basically saying that Rhea is going to be gone for about 5 months, at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
So
Now listen, I love Rhea Ripley. I truly do. I look at the positive sides of most things when they happen. So me personally, the only good things for me personally coming out of this this injury is that, you know, Bianca's longest title reign will not be broken. So I'm black and biased, and I'm proud of that. Okay.
it's crazy.
Hey, you take that back. That's my girl. Listen, I'm just saying. All right. And Derek, I think the only reason she's not going to get the Seth treatment is because Seth was going to drop his title anyway. I don't think she can compete at all. I think there was a way for Seth to be able to compete. I don't think she's going to be able to compete. I think that's why they're not going to let her go 5 months without it.
Yeah, so I saw people commenting that, oh, if Roman Reigns can, get time off, then why?
Triple H already addressed that is in Roman Reigns' contract. He said this in interviews. He literally said, I wish I had the deal. I wish I had the deal that Roman had back then. I wish I had it. Like, we can't use that excuse. Okay?
Yeah, and plus, like, at that point in time, it's Roman Reigns. I'm sorry. Like, Rhea Ripley is a fucking megastar. Yes, she is. But Roman Reigns at that point was at a peak where if he was getting contenders whenever they could, like, he earned that.
Now, and this is also amazing for Rhea. And I don't think people are taking the time to really understand that this is amazing for Rhea, because Rhea, she's already over. She's in a heel faction. Rhea is going to come back the biggest fucking babyface in the world when she returns.
Mhm.
So now you're gonna allow yourself, because Triple H is not stupid. You're gonna allow Triple H to build up this women's division. Think about Liv Morgan. This is going to be the highlight of Liv Morgan's career right now. Because with this character and because Liv's gonna do what Drew did. Liv's gonna be out here like, where was my sympathy? None of y'all was upset when she injured me. And Drew's on the run of his life right now. Like, it's gonna turn out to be amazing. It's and they say it all the time. Some injuries, is in some cases, are the best thing to ever happen. Triple H in 2001, when he got injured as a heel, came back 2002 January with the fucking denim vest with the leather, like a boss. Came back, won the Royal Rumble, won the main event of WrestleMania. Like, some people get injured and come back just next fucking level. Nia will grow from this even if she doesn't have the belt. Yes, everyone is going. Nia's been growing since she came back. That's a goddamn fact. Like, Nia's been killing the game. So,
and don't be too surprised if Nia get that title next week too.
Yeah,
and
I think they might give it to Liv and then have Rhea, when Rhea comes back, fucking murder her. Who said Jada Parker? Boy, you better calm down. This ain't Jada Parker's part of the show. You'll get us in trouble. You'll get us in trouble. Can't just bring up Jada Parker. She's a
Jada
special
Parker,
human.
our brother. Well, I was at NXT last night with my brother Corey, and
You saw
just
what
say
she
that-
did, Nathaniel Cross.
yeah, we definitely going to talk about that in a second. But Jada Parker literally has an effect. Like you can't translate it on TV, but when she comes out, everybody is going crazy. Like they doing the most. They doing her dance. Like
Everyone loves Jada Parker. Jada Parker is going to be a fucking star, bro. Oh,
Like-
and I said not right now because we need to have a special segment when we're going to talk about Jada Parker. That's why I have my brother's friends who don't watch a lick of wrestling anymore. I got these niggas sending me reels of Jada Parker like, yo, who this?
so,
They're like, that's what I got to tell him. I said, Shawn Michaels knows what he's doing down there. Shawn Michaels got a criteria of what he's looking for in NXT. You know what I'm saying? He's still a sexy boy at heart. Okay,
he's still sexy boy at heart. He trying his best. Yeah, you ain't
come
slick.
on,
You ain't
son.
slick. You ain't
He
slick.
know what he doing.
But it's easy to say right now because me and Daniel was just talking about this right before the show started. Pro wrestling is back in the mainstream.
Mhm.
Like you look on yeah, we definitely gonna go on that comment as soon as I finish saying this. Jada Parker and Young OG is the hottest thing going other than Trick. So it is back, definitely, because if you look on Facebook, there's random people talking random WWE statuses, random WWE posts and stuff like that. Like we really didn't see that, 6
No.
months earlier.
Random people
Just random.
that ain't never post a lick of wrestling.
No, not at all. So it's definitely back in the mainstream. One of my friends, Mike, is now talking to me about wrestling stuff. He's catching up. He didn't know about Eugene like back in the day, saying it's all messed up.
Love
So
Eugene.
yeah, it's back in the mainstream. We love to see it. We love to see you guys tuning in. And
Holy shit, it's Cody. Oh god.
and
But yes,
yeah,
it's so mainstream again, man. Like I like wear my shirts that wear I literally wore a WrestleMania 40 shirt. I was like, oh man, hey, did you watch it? I said, watch it. So I was there. I witnessed greatness. They're like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah. Hey, Loli. Ain't she there?
no, she's actually
okay.
in your state right now.
No Yells 5 Dream SummerSlam matches for the year. Oh yeah, if we got time for that, I'll get into that for you, Big Oos.
We can
all
do
right.
that, and then whoever's
yeah.
watching, comment that too.
All right. So up next, after the Rhea Ripley thing, we had the return of Sheamus with Sheamus versus Ivar. Sheamus got a beautiful reception on his return.
That
And we ain't just getting a return of Sheamus. We got the return of a certified banger. Oh my goodness. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And because when the song first started, I'm like, all right, Sheamus is back. I was like, they didn't give him some weird fucking thing. And then it's the same, but
bring it back to the old days. You call for it,
I was so hyped, bro, when I heard that. I was like, oh, this song is so good. It's so good. Yeah, Sheamus got his, he ain't in the shape that he was in, but that's gonna be okay.
You gotta remember, Sheamus is like 40 plus.
Yeah, he's in his 40s.
Well, you know what? I can't even say that because we got LA Knight and AJ Styles looking the way that they look at 40. But anyway, it's tough out here for older gentlemen. You being injured and stuff like that. So I got every excuse in the world for my dad bod. So
that's all right. So fine match. Him and Ivar, fine match. Just beating the hell out of each other essentially. So yeah, that was good. Then we had the presentation and the reveal of the new tag team championships. Now, How you say it? Henjay? Is that?
Yeah. Hendrick.
Listen, sir, let me tell you. I personally, I collect championships. I have roughly 18 replica titles, and none of those titles were the SmackDown or Raw Tag Team Championships because those titles were fucking hideous. So me personally unveiling those anything would have been better, honestly. But I thoroughly, and as time goes on, I like them more and more each day. I thoroughly am impressed with the new tag team championships, and R-Truth was just being a national treasure as always on Monday. So,
And I'm glad it's actual gold this time. We went almost like a decade and a half with bronze, then silver, and now we have actual tag team gold. So
yes, the way we need it. Tommaso
That's
Ciampa did a
cool.
great job presenting with so yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. Truth is just, fantastic. Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile versus Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae. Indy Hartwell joined the dark side, and I'm excited for it. The crowd doesn't really give a fuck, but
I was
not really much to sink your teeth into. So
I was not paying attention to that match for obvious reasons.
yeah, we can't get it all. What is about the women's United States?
The North American title?
Oh yeah, that's great for them. They need that. Andrade and Dom. Great stuff.
Cooked.
Great stuff.
Another show.
Dom is incredible. Love to hate him. He is incredible.
A shout out to
plays his role perfectly.
To the Destroyer at the edge of the hardest part of the ring.
Them boys cooked. And Andrade he's Andrade. And I think people also forget like how good he is. Because I just actually saw a clip of him and Aleister Black from TakeOver New Orleans. And I remember being in the building and I was like, I can't believe this isn't the main event because this shit just went off.
Yeah.
And then I had Tommaso and Johnny right after that. What a fucking event. That was the greatest takeover of all time, in my opinion. But that's just me, front to back. So after we got that match, Caden Carter, and I'm gonna scroll because whatever. We had a nice Cody Rhodes promo, as always. Cody coming out holding his championship. I'm gonna need him to go ahead and put that bad boy around his waist, though. Right, I'm tired of him holding it. All right, he needs to be the babyface champion, and I understand you have the NWA title and all that shit, but come on, Chief, put it around the waist.
He's trying to hold it like old school, but maybe when he come out for his match, like with the robe and all that type of stuff, I don't know. But
I ain't seen that yet.
I will I will answer this question: is Cody your champion? Hell yes, he is. I see
Cody is definitely my champion. Yeah, hell yeah.
There is people already on the internet, on Instagram, and all that type of shit, already trying to talk shit.
Bro,
he's so this, he's so
that. It's been 1 week.
Like y'all gotta be trolling at this point. There's no way possible that y'all are this. But it's all right.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. But the promo was cool. The way he brought Jey Uso out and did all his little yeet dad jokes, I laughed until we yeet again. Got a good chuckle out of me. Was not upset about that at all. I love a good dad joke, so hey, I was happy with it. Then we had Jay and Finn Balor, which was good. Another great match. Another, good old squabble. So that was fun. Let's see.
After the J match was the longest.
Oh, nah, hold up, bro. Hold up. Because we about to get into this. Because I specifically put this shirt on for this episode of the podcast because Monday night we witnessed the greatest entrance in Raw history. And one beautiful continuous shot of Jey Uso leaving through the crowd in Montreal, out the front door, to a standing Sami Zayn at the front door. They They look up at the building. Sammy gives you a beautiful story about, first event he went, the first wrestling event he ever attended was the Montreal Screwjob and Survivor Series 97. And then he starts walking, tells the camera, he's like, you want to see a cool, the best wrestling city? He's like, follow me. And Sammy, and I have said this on this podcast, I've said it for a long, long time. I am more emotionally invested in Sami Zayn than anyone on the roster. Anyone. Because Sammy, like the emotion that man gets out of me is unbelievable. Like I said last week, going into Mania, I was like, he shouldn't be in this match. He shouldn't win this match. And off of his entrance at Mania, I was like, fuck everything I said. Let's go, Sammy. Because he knows how to get me emotionally invested. And he did it once again. Just walking through the concessions and just like all the Montreal fans and just like pumping everyone up, hitting the trash can, slamming shit, just fucking going crazy, bro. And just one continuous shot of all of it. And then the music hits and then he's at the top of the crowd and Montreal is just losing their fucking minds. Like, bro, it was the greatest. I'm sitting here by myself watching him walk through. I'm like, let's go, Sammy. No, actually, I think my girlfriend was on the couch with me. I'm like, let's go, Sammy. I'm literally saying, like, this is so fucking cool. Like, I felt like a child. Like, it was just so cool to see. Like, Sami Zayn. And from the moment that we saw Sammy on camera till the absolute end of the show was flawless. There was zero to complain about.
Yeah.
Absolutely flawless, Dre.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I wish that, shit was taken over last year, before, everything. So we could have had that entrance back when he was facing Roman. Because I felt like that would have just made everything 10 times more special. It was special the other night. And yeah, it made everything 10 times better than what it was. So I appreciate that. The production, the fans, the energy, everything in between. Chef's kiss.
And that's just the entrance. Like, first of all, if Sammy would have had that entrance at Elimination Chamber last year, he would have been my pick to win. And then I would have been a lot more. Yeah, that would have been it. That would have been it for me. But yes, the match itself, fabulous. Chad Gable, absolutely, he's such an incredible wrestler, such an incredible performer. Him and Sammy, and it just seems like Sammy and Chad Gable are both people who just have chemistry, who can wrestle anybody. Like, they can literally wrestle anybody, and you just feel it. So we get to the end, we have a great match, great back and forth, amazing back and forth. And then you think, he raises his hand, they hug, because I'm thinking like, oh, he's turning heel. And then I'm like, oh, maybe he's not. All right, well, great match, great entrance, great end to Raw. I'm happy. And then as soon as Sammy goes to, I think this is what happened. I could be wrong. Because I don't know if Sammy got to his wife or not, but and hugged her. Did he hug her?
Yeah, he got to her.
Oh, he got to, okay.
In mid-hug, he got suplex.
Is that okay? Yeah. So as soon as he gets to the wife and thinks that everything's okay, and he's like, oh, babe, I did it. And then my man Chad Gable came and hugged his waist and Germaned him outside the ring. And like, you could tell Chad's just fed up. He's like, nah, fuck this, bro. He's like, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even won this fucking Intercontinental title. I did this. That's my title. Then he put him on the rope and put the ankle lock on. And I am all the way here for heel Chad Gable. And the rumor mill that is swirling all over the internet is that there's going to be a lot of people are saying there's going to be some heel Creed brothers to join Chad Gable.
Really?
Have ourselves a little. Well, I only saw like one person post that, but have ourselves a nice little team angle, essentially, which I would absolutely love.
Okay, I didn't hear that, but I do like that idea. Um, I would love that. Is Damian Priest your champion? Yeah. No, I mean it's still early to tell, but I congratulate Damian Priest for getting that accolade. He definitely,
Definitely proud of him. I've seen him wrestle in front of fucking 100 people. Like, I'm
yeah,
definitely
like,
proud of him.
he
He's earned
definitely
it. He's
deserves
worked for a long time.
it. So yeah, he's definitely gonna be a part of that, be a guest host or co-host. That'd be dope. We could definitely do that. We could have like guests on, people come and chime in. Like I said, we're on every Wednesday at 8. So if you're free next Wednesday,
Same 3D time, same 3D channel.
next Wednesday, 8, I will hit you up on the side, send a link and everything like that. So just add it on. Love to have people on, and we should do like
Guests.
get like what's it called? When Raw was doing the fucking celebrity guests every week.
Guest GM,
Yeah.
celebrity GM.
It's crazy. But yeah, that'll be perfect. We love to have other people on, have different inputs, and see what other people love to think about wrestling. So that'll be perfect. And yeah, so that was Raw.
Great
Uh,
show.
Great
the
show,
most
fantastic.
Really strong show.
Yeah, this is, we can't expect the Raws that were on before WrestleMania because we don't got The Rock, we don't got Roman. This is like now we're going into new storylines, new eras, new this, new that. And so now we're just kind of slowly getting into things. We got our first QR code.
Yes, we did.
Decode of possibly Uncle Howdy. Yep, those people. And I think it might be more coming with that. So, yeah. So
I'm
just
excited.
be on the lookout for that. I don't know when it's happening, but it's happening.
Let me tell you something that I saw on the internet today. These fucking AEW diehards were talking shit about, well, WWE's declining now. That was their first non-sellout. Like, bro, they were like 1,000 people away from the sellout. They had 50. Like, bro, I literally just saw a video of Tony Khan talking to 1,700 people at Battle of the Belts. I was like,
that was sad.
It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Please shut up. Like, stop it.
They talking about that, and we don't know when the last time when AEW sold out in a stadium or an arena, but it's okay though. It's all good though.
Then we had a little NXT. Dre, tell me something. Give me your rundown of NXT from Tuesday night.
So NXT last night, I feel like it was the swan song for a lot of our NXT superstars because we got the draft coming up, and it was a good episode. But I think, like, looking, there's definitely going to be some people that's going to be called up to the main roster, and then now they're saying that the draft is also going to include people from the main roster getting called to NXT as well too. But I think it was just a swan song episode because we had Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Corey got exposed in 4K and choosing Trick over Melo. He was a Melo guy in the beginning, but now he chose Trick. And I think it's going to be on their social media eventually. But Melo and Trick, the cage match, and I'm going to just start with that. I'm sorry. Like, it's a great rivalry, but the matches are just not.
It's not adding up, bro.
No, it's not. I love them both, but yeah, the matches are just not really clicking like that. I don't know what it is, what's going on, if it's time. I really don't know, but they tried, and this is going to be fine. Yeah, that's literally it. It was fine. Side note: Trick's dad was in the crowd. He was sitting kind of right in front of us diagonally. Man, definitely needs some glasses because his text messages were this big. The whole people can read it. Everyone back behind can read it. So
you hear somebody 3 rows back. Yo, you spelled that wrong.
Yeah, like legit. That's exactly how it was. Like that's what we saw. Me and Corey saw someone replying nice, mad big. It was funny the whole time. Yeah, that's going to set up between him and Dragunov. Dragunov obviously fought Young OG. I think that was a little great random match. Was not expecting that, but I think that was to give Young OG the little blessing.
That little nigga going viral.
For
Was
real.
he 19?
19, bouncing around like for no reason like that.
Defying gravity, like it's all right or something. Like
Man got meg knees like crazy.
that shit's crazy. Yeah, he was going because I saw his like level up clips that were going hella viral. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, this little nigga nice.
But I will
Right.
every time he wrestles, like he be having that place jumping. No
Yeah.
pun intended. Like people just
That boy
excited.
bouncy.
Like he really it's crazy. So him and Dragunov, that little moment afterwards, kind of solidifying, hey, you're gonna be something good here. I like that. What else happened?
Do you think Dragunov drops the title, the Trick?
I think so, because I think Dragon. So here's my take on who's leaving NXT. So I think Dragunov's leaving. I think I don't know about Roxanne yet. Who else? Who was I saying last night? I had all these people. I think Dragunov's leaving. Camelo's definitely leaving.
Real quick, I gotta shout out my boy Anthony Castro. My man said prying Sammy out of his wife's arms is diabolical.
Just gnarly work.
So yeah, I think Dragunov's going up. Mello, obviously.
And I think that either, if not both, I think the Metaphor or the D'Angelo families all getting called up. Even though they got something kind of going on right now, I think that's going to be done within a couple of weeks, and I think they're going to go up to the main roster. They're kind of just floating around with certain stuff, and I think that that'll be the little boost that either Raw or SmackDown can get. So,
not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. That'll be a good time. Is Corey there? Is he present?
I think he's currently driving right now.
Oh.
He
I
said
want him here from the question I'm going to ask later.
If Trick loses, he's out of NXT, so he might be getting called up. Well, that is the stipulation for Trick's match with Dragunov.
Oh, I thought that was for the cage match.
No, that was for the title match. So Trick,
Trick's not ready for the main roster.
Yeah, looking at that cage match last night, definitely not.
He's not ready for the main roster. It's unfortunate, but yeah, he's definitely not ready for the main roster.
Also, shout out Lola Vice and Natalya is going to have the first ever NXT Women's Underground match. You know, I'm really
Lola Vice gonna beat her ass.
She's gonna beat the dog shit out of her, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, Lola Vice about to beat shit down her leg. Like, like she about to. If I was Natty, I wouldn't even show up. Like,
but they planting some seeds, like saying, "Oh, Lola's like, oh, guess who? You'll see someone in my corner." I'm just like thinking, you know, Ronda Rousey's been talking shit about WWE for the past, like, I don't know, a few months. No, it's not going to be Ronda. I think they're going to be petty and probably bring in Chris Cyborg or Amanda Nunes for
shit, or Holly Holm. Just bring in somebody who beat the shit out of Ronda.
Just, you know. So I think that'll definitely be one of the people that'll be in Lola's corner next week. But I'm gonna definitely be there. But real quick, we got to talk about our best friend of this podcast,
Karrion Nathaniel Cross.
Karrion Nathaniel Cross. So
what a guy.
I was under the assumption he was just our best friend. This man came to NXT. You obviously didn't see it on TV because it was on commercial. This man is everybody's best friend. Like, he literally goes around as a heel, signing autographs, taking selfies, saying, like, NXT, welcome back, pounding his chest and all that, just smiling with everybody. This man's a genuine ass person. Like, there's no reason.
We make sure we make a cut of this to put out on the internet to let Karrion Nathaniel Cross know that we've been down with him from day one. All right. He was our first wrestler interaction, I believe, when we launched this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's like sending your kid off to school, you know, off to college. You know, my man, we watched him in NXT. Now my son's hair, because remember we were talking about his hair back in that match he had with Drew.
Yeah,
his hair is nice and slick back now. You know,
it was this picture right here. We was
right there.
He was comparing it to the SpongeBob meme.
My man got the slick back. You know, he's chilling. My man, he just had his first WrestleMania. Like, Karrion Nathaniel Cross, we are proud of you. All right.
Living life,
We're
right?
very proud of you.
True dad moment.
Oh my
Right?
God. He's a great guy, great human being.
Definitely. You know, we know you got to play a certain character on TV, but we see you. We've been
Yeah,
seeing.
we know you a good dude, bro. Right? We know if I see you in the street and I'm like, hey, what's up, big dog? You know, he gonna be like, hey, what's going on? You know, let me get a picture real quick. He'll be all right with it.
Nathaniel?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's you.
So Karrion Nathaniel Cross, I know you hear me. I know you hear me back here.
That ain't you. That's you.
We're so close friends. I'm gonna look at him. Like, I know that ain't who I think it is. So yeah, shout out him. My man's getting his TV time that is well deserved. I'm waiting for him to like really like, you know, I'm cool with the faction stuff right now. Like, you know, that's awesome. But I can't wait for him to like really sink his teeth into like a heavy ass storyline, bro. Like, because obviously, you know, he's got an aura, but his aura isn't really allowed to like fully surface yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when he's able to like fully unleash that aura, because like he's one of them motherfuckers that talk, and I just be listening to him, and I might think he's talking to me. I'm like, do I got beef with Karrion Nathaniel Cross? Like he's just talking a little too serious right now. Does he know that this is sports entertainment and pro wrestling? He might go kill this man out here. Like he's that kind of character.
Do we got to fight him in Philadelphia next week?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying, bro. Like, I ain't do nothing to you. Like, what's the problem? Like, so no, congrats to him and all of his success. Thanks for riding with us from day one. We appreciate you.
thank you, brother. That's where we dip to black and then show the podcast. That's gonna be the clip.
All right, so we did our recaps. I got a question, and it's more like, and anyone who's watching, feel free to join in. Now, I think about the domino effect in wrestling and how fucking crazy it is that like if one little thing changes, the outcomes are so drastically different. Like the first one, obviously, I always go to is the curtain call in '96.
Yeah.
With Razor, Diesel, Shawn, Hunter. Baby faces and heels, all in the ring, hugging each other, sending the crowd home happy, doing all that stuff, which was forbidden back then.
Very.
And Triple H was slated to win the King of the Ring that year. And because of that curtain call, he did not win that King of the Ring that year. And do you know what we got out of that King of the Ring, sir?
Austin 3:16.
Now think about, and like, my mind always boggles around shit like this because I'm like, yo, if that never happened, we would have never gotten Austin 3:16. Like, how wild is that? And like, there's just so many things in wrestling I think about, and I'm like even Kofi, we would have never gotten Kofi Mania if Ali didn't get injured.
What was the plan for WrestleMania? Oh, it was Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens wasn't even back yet at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know if he was going to be a heel or baby face. Ali gets injured. Kofi gets in. They do the gauntlet. Things like that. That leads into Kofi Mania. I don't even think Kevin had a match at WrestleMania that year.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he was left off the card, which is crazy.
It's so wild. It's so wild, like how shit like that happens, and I'm just like, yo, like, and especially like when like crazy, like amazing things come out of it. Like, it's insane. Like just thinking about that, like I don't know, that should be boggling my mind sometimes. I'm just like, yo, if this one instance didn't happen. I think about it. The Montreal screw job never happened. Bret Hart would have never had to retire early.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if Kurt Angle didn't fucking do all these drugs and shit, we would have never gotten his TNA run.
Worst time of his life, doing the best work of his life.
Bro. It's just, is there any that you think that you ever think about or can think about off the top of your head?
Well, I hear this story a lot, and you know, I originally thought it was fake, but the more they expose it and stuff like that whole John Cena, like he about to get released, you got until basically the end after Christmas, and you're going to be going. All of a sudden, him on the back of the bus with Rikishi and other people freestyling. Stephanie McMahon hearing it, saying it needs to be on TV, and that leads into literally the biggest, I won't say babyface, but one of the biggest superstars of that whole decade.
No, he was the biggest star of that whole decade.
Yeah, without a doubt. He had an album. Him rapping on the back of the bus gave him an album, a platinum album.
I'm pretty sure he's the only person in history to release one album that went platinum.
So, like,
I'm like almost positive that he is the only person to ever just release a debut album and then go platinum and then never release another album again.
But that's what I was kind of posing a question a few weeks ago, and like this whole Cody Rhodes thing. I was just thinking, like, you know, in the alternate universe, if Cody Rhodes is like, you know what, Tony Khan, I'll give you another year. I'll sign with AEW again. What would have happened? We wouldn't have had finished the story.
Here's another one. If Kevin Owens is responsible for AEW being a company, there would be no AEW at all without Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is solely responsible for linking the Young Bucks to Cody after Cody left.
Yeah. Definitely true.
Like, it just wouldn't be a thing.
Competition.
He literally created the competition. He sent Cody to the Bucks. Cody joins the Bullet Club. The rest is history. It's fucking insane.
There's a lot.
Know, man. There's a lot of fucking things. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like, no, man.
Also,
go ahead.
This might be a little morbid because I just thought about this. If Kevin Sullivan didn't book that storyline between himself, Chris Benoit, and Woman,
they would have never started dating in real life.
Never. And that whole thing would have never happened.
Oh, and just to make you happy, Dre, if Eddie Guerrero didn't die, Rey Mysterio would have never won that world title at WrestleMania.
Good Lord, Eddie had one job.
Just stay alive. If Eddie Guerrero didn't die, we would have never had Rey Mysterio winning that world title at WrestleMania. Or the Royal Rumble, for that fact.
It's just that whole year. It's crazy. Yeah, there's so much. There's a lot. And I think it goes a lot on WCW as well. Because like WCW had a domino effect, especially leading up to what it is now, which is nothing and all this other type stuff. So but I feel like
might have still been around if it wasn't for Vince Russo.
This whole domino effect is really what affected this WrestleMania 40 card as well, too. Because obviously,
absolutely,
it was going to be CM Punk and Seth Rollins. CM Punk obviously got injured by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre ended up taking that spot. That domino effect affected Brock Lesnar and Gunter with the whole Vince McMahon situation. That led to Sami Zayn. The Rock was supposed to just face Roman, period.
Yep.
That got shifted.
Crowd said,
that got shifted over, and now, you know, everything happened the way it did, and I think it just happened and magically it happened perfectly the way that it did. So even though they had
It
a lot
sure
of stuff
did.
around and things like that, it happened the way that it did. So that was perfect.
Also, fuck Dave Meltzer for his review of WrestleMania 40 this year. Like Jimmy and Jay wasn't what we wanted it to be. It wasn't. He gave that shit 0.75 stars. I was like, bro, grow the fuck up.
That's horrible.
Wait,
That-
Dre, tell everybody how Mello said, fuck
Oh.
us off camera.
He definitely did. So we was chanting "Thank you, Mello" after the show ended and whatnot, and like he was standing ovation, and then he was inside of the cage looking at everybody. He embraced it for a quick second, and then he was just like, he just flipped everybody off and left the ring in typical heel fashion. So that was perfect.
I would have yelled, square up, nigga.
WCW wasn't leaking shit. We would have got
That's another domino effect. Tony Schiavone telling people that Mick Foley was gonna win the title. That all those people changed the channel, and we ain't looked back.
The biggest domino effect, because after that was the 82 weeks after that, Raw was killing them in the ratings. That was it.
They were done. Tony Schiavone single-handedly killed in kayfabe because it was on camera. Single-handedly killed WCW.
So that'll
crazy.
Put people in seats, and that's exactly what it did. It put people in seats.
That's fucking wild. All right, before we get out of here, Derek wants to talk. Derek, send us your 5 SummerSlam matches that you're trying to see as well. I can't really think of. I mean, off the top of my head.
So is he saying SummerSlam matches for this year or just in general? Dream matches? But for tonight, I want to know y'all's 5 dream SummerSlam matches for this year. So I'm guessing he's talking this year.
Well, depending on what we got, so many events. Well, not so many. No, yeah, we got a few events between then and now. We got Backlash in France, we got the Bash in Berlin, and we got the Money in the Bank. So we got some things that are happening.
If y'all tuning in watching, you also comment below y'all dream matches for SummerSlam this year. Who do y'all want to see fight while we try to gather up who we want to see, honestly. 5. Let's see. 3 ain't enough.
3 ain't enough. I need 5.
Shout out Big E and Mia Yim's sister.
Bro. That he revealed his relationship in the most ignorant way, and I loved it. I loved it.
Man.
That was a classic. If this ain't gonna be us, then I don't want to do it. That's what those poses were. Like that's what they poses. Like if this can't be us, then I don't want you. Like
typical Big E fashion.
My God. I hope. Let's see. What month are we in? April, May, June, July, August. Well, if God is on her side, I think SummerSlam would be a great place for Rhea and Liv to go down.
Okay.
If Punk is right, because I don't need Punk and Drew at WrestleMania. I need Punk and Seth at WrestleMania. So I would say I would like to see Punk and Drew at SummerSlam.
Okay.
And Rock and Cody at SummerSlam would be great. I see a lot of people, not saying that there's reports of it, but just like an idea, which I think would make sense, is someone was saying that that Rock and Cody should main event the first Raw on Netflix.
That'd be big. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I saw someone say. They said Rock and Cody should main event the first Raw on Netflix.
Definitely didn't even think about that. That's good.
It's kind of crazy, honestly, but yeah, I don't know. I would say Rock and Cody at SummerSlam obviously would still be big. I want to see what we're doing with this bloodline, though, because I wouldn't mind seeing the Usos versus Tama Tonga and Solo at SummerSlam as well.
Yeah.
Also, black female lives become the tag champ. Yes, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
I will say this:
Yes, I like that lineup.
Bloodline versus Bloodline, Seth versus Punk. No, I need Seth. I need Seth and
Priest versus and oh yes, Priest versus that's a good one. I like that one.
Let's get. I'm ready. Like I'm ready for the Judgment Day dissension to go down.
Cody versus LA Knight and Gunther versus Brock.
That's fine. Yeah, those are all great. I'll take that whole card.
I do like that.
Everyone's excited for Tama Tonga returning. There's one thing I need out of this Tama Tonga return. Doesn't need to be a match. Doesn't need to be. I just need backstage cameras on AJ, Gallows, Anderson. And then when the camera's looking at them, then they all just stop and they're clearly looking at somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I need that camera to pan over and that camera to just be on Tama Tonga. And I just need to see that moment of them looking at each other. And then the camera pans a little more and it's Solo, and Solo's like, let's go. I just need some sort of acknowledgement between AJ's little OC and Tama Tonga. I need there to. My heart won't be satisfied with Tama's debut until I get that moment for myself. I need to see that.
Oh, it's definitely going to happen, and definitely sooner rather than later.
Just a little sprinkle. I don't need a match right now. I don't need I don't even need a conversation or nothing. Just eye contact. Give me that. That's all I'm asking for.
So I'm gonna go off with my list right about now. It's a work in progress, but so I'm gonna start off with the obvious, and that'll be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I think that'll put butts in seats. This rivalry's been brewing. I kind of want to see that now more than Punk and Rollins. I don't know if Rollins will be back by that time. Who knows? But also SummerSlam is in Cleveland, so we got to have a big Logan Paul match. So I said either, the big match with Big Match John, Logan Paul versus Cena, or have Logan Paul go up against Carmelo Hayes. I know we don't like Carmelo Hayes as a babyface, but I think that would be a good athletic type of match, to get Logan Paul more established. Or Carmelo can take that title in Cleveland. You never know. Another one I got up is Gunther versus Dragunov.
Stop.
Run it
Stop
back.
Right there, sir. Stop it right there.
Run it back.
The national television audience isn't ready for that. All right. They ain't ready for that.
Run it back on the big stage.
I just watched 2 a couple days ago.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness.
So this one is another back and forth, depending on the draft and how everything works. I can see 2 different scenarios. I got Damian Priest defending his world title, either against LA Knight. LA Knight finally gets his title, or just to throw a little curveball in there. Because like I said, I think this man's going to kind of like blow up and be a monster heel this year. And I put Damian Priest versus Solo.
Interesting.
Low Judgment Day versus Bloodline action. So we can build up to Solo becoming bigger than what he is, so we can eventually face Roman Reigns. So for my last match, I know everyone said Cody versus The Rock, but you know what? We still need a rubber match. So I put Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 3.
Interesting.
Solidify, he's not a paper champion. That was not a fluke win, whatever. No interference, no nothing. Just a one-on-one straight match. Maybe Hell in a Cell, some I don't know, whatever.
Spice it up a little bit.
Texas bull rope, steel cage, something like that, just to solidify. I'm the champion. You lost. This is it. And then
Yep.
we can go into the other bloodline stuff.
Being in Cleveland, I would have a dream. It's highly unlikely. I would love midsummer. Tommaso turns on Johnny,
Okay.
and then get Johnny and Tommaso in Cleveland at SummerSlam with Johnny getting the victory. That's what I would love.
That would be nice. I would hope that by that time the crowd would be emotionally invested in both of them, so that match can have the fanfare.
Here's the thing: is that I feel that them being a team that they are, and people not really caring, I think a massive fucking heel turn from Tommaso would instantly draw people in.
Yeah.
Just from that moment. Because you also got to realize, like, NXT, we love DIY. We love DIY. They were great together. You didn't really have that, like, that individual care, though, in the DIY days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you loved them as a team, but people really got behind Johnny after he was turned on.
That's a fact.
Like, Johnny as a solo performer wasn't getting like all that love, because he had a few takeover matches, you know, and like he didn't get that love that he had when he was with DIY. It would the investment came from the heel turn. So I think that a heel turn, a nice, good, strong heel turn from Tommaso would instantly make people care about Johnny.
I got a text on the side from my lovely lady Loli, and she was saying that her dream match for SummerSlam this year would be Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill.
That's not a dream match of mine, to be honest. No offense.
Well,
I'd
it's
much
just
rather see Rhea and Bianca. That'd be great, because they had a match and it was awesome.
well, either way, that match is going to be no bread, no water, just meat. So,
All right, Dre. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you all there was so much interaction today. This was nice. Thank you all. This was great. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Lots and lots of interaction with the people. Yes, we will definitely work out a way to start pulling some guests in. That'll be great. Shout out DJ King Apollo. Hopefully he will be able to be here with us next week on the 3D Wrestling Podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Same 3D time, same 3D channel. Thank you, Loli. We appreciate you. My name is Daniel. You can follow me on Instagram at Daniel_Lamar or TikTok at Lamar Loves Wrestling. Somebody, for the love of God, teach Jack Perry how to squabble. He could really use it. To my left, I think it's left.
there you go.
My right, I guess. Yeah. That is the one and only patriarch of the 3D Wrestling Podcast, Dre Macon. You can follow him at Dre Macon. You can check him out at Macon Productions, or you can go see his stuff at maconproductions.com or maconent.com. Excuse me. He does the intro videos, the songs, the mixing, the clips. He does it all. Man is a genius. Thank you for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Adios, y'all.